Welcome to the WBC Arena. They've been talking the talk. It's now time to walk the walk. I'm Todd Grisham, and watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is just one of those things.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Up first, Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. And he'll be facing Terrance "Bud" Crawford, 5'7" tall, tipping the scales at 140 pounds bang on with a reach of 47 inches.
We'll be talking about this fight for years to come. This is one of those classic fights that everybody wants to see.
This is Canelo Alvarez, a four-division, multi-time world champion, quite simply one of the greatest of all time. Terrance "Bud" Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
As soon as the bell goes, don't blink. That fight could be over.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a four-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed three-division world champion and two-division undisputed champion of the world, Terrance "Bud" Crawford.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
This is it. This is that place. This is that fight venue. This is the place where the action happens.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. And here we go. The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. It's bombs away. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. I know boxing fans around the world feel like Christmas morning with these two finally in the ring.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Beautiful counter punch. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're gonna get knocked out. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. All right, Alvarez in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond.
Stay focused, man.
There's the bell to start round two. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
There's a counter shot. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. A perfect counter shot. A perfect counter shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punch. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Shot, they get countered. Beautiful counter shot. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved. On to the third. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Well done with that counter shot. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. How about that time counter shot? There's a counter shot. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Crawford's legs are all over the place. How are they still standing?
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Terrance Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering.
He's starting to make mistakes.
There's the bell to start round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Perfect counter lands. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. He missed with the jab. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That counter shot lands. They both want the knockout. Good counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Terrance Alvarez in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that.
Hosting this fight, and now you're going to let him
Back into the fray here in round 5. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A perfect counter lands. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim in, go for speed.
Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. A perfect counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Nope, that hook won't score. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Terrance Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win.
Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about it.
There's the bell to start round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Perfect counter shot. Good counter punching. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. They've avoided catastrophe there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when they get back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
This fight fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Beautiful counter shot. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. Catch and shoot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Alvarez in that last round. That belt.
I need you to focus on what you're doing.
Here comes round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
The jab can't find a home. You'd like to see more jabs. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night.
Oh, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Crawford in trouble. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got...
I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Oh, my word, Canelo just got clipped. That was the moment.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
You're gonna get out there and win this round, kid.
There's the bell to start round 8. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have the quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Both men step back for just a moment. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
How about that time counter shot? Straight right just misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Alvarez in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes
all the way through pain.
There's the bell to start round 9. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Nice counter shot. Scores with the counter. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter. Punching. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round.
And a round that seemed like an attempt. Get your mind back on the card.
There's the bell to start round 10. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are done. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Counter punch. Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way to finish the round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. That could never happen.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with the right uppercut. Missing with that jab. And down goes Crawford. Blew up the replay machine. I have got to see that again.
That's lights out right there.
One, two, three, four. Come to me.
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. What a huge moment.
They'll be looking at the one shot at a time.
Here we go in the championship rounds, round 11. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. I thought we were going to to see the finish there.
Step back, compose yourself.
This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face.
Are you all right? Are you okay?
The referee says they're okay to fight, and we'll keep fighting. How about that time counter shot? The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Can't find a home with that jab. They exchange punches. Can't find a home for that jab. The straight right just misses. The fighter's vision is paramount, and the referee may stop it here. So that's that. The referee's made his judgment, and we carry on. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
Go back out there. I need you to win this round.
There's the bell for round 12. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
How about that time counter shot? Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for...
The pound-for-pound king, Canelo is down. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. You're out.
It happened. You saw it here live. A knockout win. Congratulations.
A knockout victory. That is... God, did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot.